See this $20 bill? By tonight, it's going to make this whole town way more than $20, not $1 million, just this one. Watch. It belongs to him, a barber, just finishing the first haircut of the day. It's 8 in the morning, and that 20 is the only money he's got on him. Now, 20 bucks. He could save it, or he could spend it. Feels like a small, boring little decision, but honestly, it's the most important thing that happens in this whole town today. See, you've probably been told the economy is some huge, complicated machine you'll never really understand, but it isn't. Strip the whole thing down, and it's really just this. $1 moving. So he walks next door and buys a loaf of bread. And here's the part almost nobody points out. The second he hands over that 20, it isn't gone. It just became the baker's income. That's the whole secret right there. Every dollar you spend doesn't vanish. It turns into someone else's paycheck, which turns into someone else's again and again. $1, many incomes. Because the baker doesn't bury it under her mattress. She spends it too, on a fresh sack of flour from the farm stand down the road. So now the farmer has that same 20, still warm from the baker's hand. He carries it straight over to the hardware store and buys himself a brand new wrench. And it does not stop there. The hardware guy grabs lunch at the diner owner pays the babysitter fills up her car, one bill sprinting from hand to hand. So stop for a second and count it all up. That single 20 just bought bread, flour, a wrench, a hot lunch, and a night of babysitting, over $100 of real business from one bill. Economists actually have a word for this. It's not about how much money a town has, it's about how fast that money moves. They call it velocity. And velocity flips everything you'd expect. A town with a little money moving fast is richer than a town with piles of cash just sitting still. It sounds backwards, I know, but money that's working, changing hands and doing jobs is worth far more to a town than money just sitting in a vault, waiting. So zoom out for a second. Every light on tonight, every wage paid, every dinner on every table, it's all the same small handful of bills sprinting in circles. The whole town runs on movement. That's the engine right there. $1 spent is $1 earned over and over, and the faster it spins, the richer everyone gets, which sounds unstoppable until you notice the one thing it needs. That whole relay has a single weakness. It only works if everyone keeps passing the baton. So what happens the moment just one person decides to stop? One morning, the news turns dark. Talk of layoffs, talk of hard times coming. And fear, it turns out, is contagious. You watch your neighbor start to tighten up, and suddenly holding onto your own money feels like the only smart thing to do. So this time, when that 20 lands in the baker's hand, she doesn't spend it. She slips it into a drawer, just being careful, and for her alone, that really is the smart move. But here's the trap. What is perfectly sensible for one single person turns into a slow-motion disaster when everyone does it at the very same time. The farmer sees the bakers stopped buying flour, so he gets scared, and he stops spending too. And it cascades. Shop by shop, hands close around their money and won't let go. The lights dim, and that bright, sprinting bill slows to a crawl. We have watched this happen for real. In the 1930s, spending simply froze, and 1 in 4 Americans lost their jobs. Not because the money disappeared, but because it stopped moving. And it isn't ancient history either. In 2020, when the whole country locked down at once, the speed money moved hit the slowest pace ever recorded. Which brings us back to our barber. The mechanic used to come in every week, the baker every month. One by one they stop, because a haircut is the very first thing you cut when you're scared. So look at him now, empty chair, scissors down, not one customer all day, because nobody's spending, so nobody's earning, so nobody comes in for a cut. Not a single dollar was lost, and every single person got poorer. That downward spiral. You already know its name. It's a recession, not money vanishing into thin air, just money holding its breath. Now, please don't take the wrong lesson here. Saving is not the villain. Saving is smart, saving is safety, and everybody needs a cushion. The danger was never one person putting a little money away. It's everyone freezing in fear at the very same moment and letting all of it sit dead still. So the goal was never to spend it all or to save it all. It's to keep a little of it moving even when you're scared, Because your calm, honestly, is worth more than your caution. Because here's the one idea to hold on to. Money isn't a trophy you keep on a shelf. It's a baton you pass. Its whole power is in the passing. So that coffee you bought this morning, that haircut, the plumber you finally called, none of it was wasted. That was you, quietly keeping the whole relay alive. And that's really all a recovery ever is. Enough people deciding it feels safe to move again. Confidence is the fuel. Your spending is the spark. That's exactly how a frozen town wakes back up. Somebody, somewhere, decides to spend again. A bill moves, a light flicks on, and the whole town takes its first breath, which leaves one last question. If a town can live or die on whether its money keeps moving, who gets to decide when it starts again? Turns out there's a whole other machine built for exactly that. But that's a story for next time.